Hi, this video will show you how a monopolist chooses their profit maximizing output using algebra. So the algebra skills you need to know: first, how to find a marginal revenue curve. There's a previous video which discusses deriving the marginal revenue curve. There's both a calculus and a non-calculus approach. In this video, I'm going to go with the non-calculus approach to use that MR curve construction in order to determine the profit maximizing output. But you're welcome to use whichever approach you're most comfortable with. So here's our inverse demand. Price is equal to 24 minus Q. And the task at hand is to find where a monopolist chooses the profit maximizing output. I also need to discuss with you the total cost function. The monopolist faces this total cost function as a function of Q. Total cost is equal to Q squared plus 12. And in here in red, I pointed out which part is the variable cost and which part is fixed cost. This part's fixed cost because there's no Q involved here. This is a cost that a firm incurs regardless of whether output is 0 or a positive number, and it also doesn't change with output. This is our variable cost. As output increases, so does the variable cost. So this is our variable cost, this is our fixed cost. And the firm, of course, $12 is our fixed cost. The variable cost is Q squared. So given this is our cost function, the marginal cost function is this first derivative, or 2Q. And I will not expect students to be able to derive MC. I will have that provided for them. So here's our marginal cost expression. Yes. Here's our demand, inverse demand equation. Those are two key pieces of information that you need in order to find the profit maximizing output. You've got to remember the profit maximization rule. How does a monopolist maximize their profits? How does it pick its Q? Hopefully by now you're sick of hearing this, but it needs to set MR equal to MC. So that's the first thing you need to know, the economics behind this question. The second thing you need to know is how to construct an MR from this expression. Well, MR is going to have the same intercept, 24, and the slope is going to be twice as steep. So this is a -1 slope, so the MR expression will be -2Q. So there's our MR. Here's our MC. We need to set these two equal to find the profit maximizing output. And that's what we do in the next page. But first, we're going to take a little sidetrack and talk about average total cost first. How do you find ATC? ATC, if you remember, ATC is simply your total cost divided by Q. So ATC would be this one divided by Q. So that would be that one divided by Q. That would be that one divided by Q. So what is ATC then? It's Q squared over Q. So ATC is going to be just one of these Q's, since one of these Q's cancel, plus 12 over Q. And why did I derive this? Because the shutdown rule for the long run for the competitive firm is the same as the monopolist. The price has to be bigger than or equal to ATC for this monopolist to be open in the long run. So it's helpful to know what the ATC is. And that's what I drove here. So what's the AVC curve then? Well, the AVC curve will just focus on this part of the expression. And so this is Q squared over Q would get you AVC. So AVC in our expression, AVC, is simply equal to Q. Q squared over Q is our AVC. So in the short run, the firm for the monopolist has this same short run shutdown rule. Price has to be bigger than or equal to AVC for this firm to be open in the short run. So we're going to check this as well for once we pick our Q. Okay, so that was our little sidetrack. Now let's continue on by setting MR equal to MC. Set this 24 minus 2Q, the MR, equal to 2Q. And that's what we do here. MR is equal to MC. And let's then group our two Q's together. So we have 24 is equal to 4Q. Divide both sides by 4, we get our Q is equal to 6. So 6 is the profit maximizing Q. Then we can then figure out what our profit maximizing price is. because 6 is our Q. So we're going to go back here and put in 6 for our Q into this expression. Okay, so 6 is in here. 24 minus 6 gets us our profit maximizing price of 18. Now, are we going to be open in the short run if 6 is our Q? Well, let's see. 18 is our price, and that's bigger than our ABC of 6. Yes, you're open in the short run. What about long run? Are you open? Well, this is this ATC expression. So ATC is equal to Q, which is 6, plus 12 over 6, which is 2. So ATC is equal to 8. 18, the price is clearly bigger than 8. So yes, that one's satisfied. We're open long run. And we already said yes, that one's satisfied. We're open short run. So this firm is going to be open both short run and long run because they are making a profit. Price does exceed average total cost. And this is how we find the profit maximum output of 6 by setting MR equal MC and being able to construct an MR curve given this demand equation.